Well, ladies and gentlemen, DC and Warner Brothers has made history with Joker Folie Deux. How, you may ask? By having the biggest second weekend drop of all time for a comic book movie. That's right, the biggest within the genre. Now, I know some folks out there are saying that Joker was never a comic book movie, but that isn't what you were saying in 2019 when the first film made $1 billion, right? Now, you fast forward to today, you cannot separate Joker from the genre. That's right, this character counts within the comic book movie genre. I want you to accept that because it is the truth. Stop making excuses for that of DC. At this point, it is getting redundant that you guys will not accept when DC is failing. Now, today's news comes from The Independent. It is titled Sending the Clowns. $5 million Terrifier 3 blasts past Joker 2 in box office humiliation. That's right. Embarrassing. A $5 million film is about to outgross a $200 million movie. Who would have thought, huh? Who would have thought? All right. Damien Leone's controversial indie horror flick Terrifier 3 is set to dominate Todd Phillips' Goliath sequel Joker Folie Deux at the box office this weekend. Terrifier 3, which stars David Howard Thornton as Art the Clown, is set to earn an estimated $17 million to $18 million plus over the 3-day weekend after an $8.2 million opening on Friday. Meanwhile, Deadline reports that Warner Brothers' second weekend of Joker Folie Deux is posting an 82% free fall with around $6.7 million to $7 million per estimates. The worst hold for a DC character film in history. Oh, they didn't say it, but it is the worst for a comic book movie as well. All right. The sequel was made with a reported budget of $190 to $200 million, of which has only returned $121 million worldwide so far. $121 million coming out of your second weekend. At this point, $200 million worldwide may be a tough, and I mean very tough, uphill battle. Now, over the weekend, Joker Folie Deux overseas grossed $22 million, which is a 70% drop. And you have to understand this. Overseas, more markets opened up. The only market that is left, I believe, is that of China that could possibly save the movie. I don't know. And I'm not going to say save it, but it can get it close if it explodes in China. But at the same time, you have to remember, studios only takes in 20 to 25% of the returns from China. So if a film makes $100 million, a movie is only getting $25 million. And I wanted to make that point because at this very moment, Joker Folie Deux is projected to lose Warner Brothers $150 to $175 million. So you have to also put that on top of how much they're in debt. And that is $40 billion at this very moment. So not only does that of Joker Folie Deux has an uphill battle to get to $200 million, Warner Brothers has almost an impossible task to get themselves out of debt, especially losing money at this rate. Think about it like this. Beetlejuice may very well bring the studio $200 million, right? But if you compare it to what Joker Folie Deux is about to lose, then the studio will probably just rank in $50 million. And they haven't even cut all of the checks yet. So even a success like that of Beetlejuice isn't helping them. It's not. See, they need more. They need like 5 years of successful films, right? And I don't see that happening anytime soon. They're too far behind in debt at this very moment. And let's check out that stock, baby. Warner Discovery stock. So the stock is down 27%, well, 0.27%, and it's sitting at $7.52, 752 pennies. See, at this very moment, they're never going to be able to get back to their glory, man. That's one way to get out of all of this debt. If they can bring that stock up to where it used to be, things will be a lot better for that of Warner Brothers Discovery. But at this very moment, it's not getting any better anytime soon. Like, I don't see no bright light at the end of the tunnel. All I see is a disaster, a train that is on the track that is going a little bit too fast. And I mean that as far as how much money they're putting into these projects. And it's going to fall off of the track, right? Just derail itself and run into some bushes and some trees and stuff and break all up. You know what I'm saying? Devastation. That's all I see in regards to that of Warner Discovery at this very moment. And speaking of losing money, there's also this report out there that Marvel Studios and Disney lost like $300 million on Ant-Man and Wasp: Quantumania and that of the Marvels. See, what is going on is they have to get a hold of these budgets. And I mean that for Marvel and DC. It is time for them to get back to those $150 million superhero films, the 125s, the 110s. I believe it was said that the first Guardians of the Galaxy film was made with $160 million budget, $150 million budget, somewhere along those lines. And the first Suicide Squad movie was made with $150 million budget. You know what I'm saying here? The very first Thor film was made with $130 million budget. Yeah, I know I'm not taking in consideration the inflation here, but there's a way to cut the costs. And another way about doing that is stop giving the audience films that they do not want. People say they didn't want a sequel to Joker, right? You should have never gave it to them. People said that they did not want a sequel to Captain Marvel, and you should have never given it to them. Same thing goes for the Suicide Squad, right? If you truly believe that the first film was so trash, why would you make a sequel? See, you're losing money because your decisions isn't making sense. So I feel like a lot of times these studios is losing money on purpose. Like they just want to throw away money and burn it all up. But in reality, the end game is you not being a company in the near future. Because you have to look at it like this. Warner Brothers started off as Warner Brothers. Now they're Warner Discovery. And Discovery bought them. So in reality, Discovery was, just paying homage for them being an older company. And was like, look, we'll put Warner first. But in reality, this could have very well been Discovery Brothers, right? Or Discovery Warner. Which means that the name could possibly be phased out. Don't get it twisted here. Warner Brothers isn't too big to not exist anymore. Now, Disney will have a tough time getting to that range, but Warner Brothers, their stock is at $7.52. What the hell you think happens when it hits zero? If you believe when a company's stock hits zero or $1 is for the better, you are absolutely ridiculous. No. Hell no. In fact, their investors are asking questions at this very moment about the stock, and also when do they believe that they're going to be able to recoup some of these losses? Now, they'll put it in all on James Gunn's Superman, but guess what? Even if that's successful, it won't be enough. It just would not be enough. So when it comes down to the spending in regards to these studios, they have to stop it. Yeah, I know they're all in competition with that of Netflix. They're trying to get their streaming services off the ground, but they have to calm down at this very moment because they're losing money left and right, and also meaninglessly. You know what I'm saying here? They're losing money when they do not have to. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I know Hollywood has always done stuff like this, right? They talk about Gremlins 2 and all those films, and Terminator 3, and it was like, look, those are films that we did not need, even though I love both of those films that I just named, Terminator 2 and Gremlins 2, you know what I'm saying? As you can see, your boy O has a lot of films that people will say, man, that shouldn't exist, but I'll be like, man, I'm happy that it does. But people believe that they made those films as cash grabs, you know what I'm saying? And Hollywood is known for that. And if you ask me, it works if you put in the quality, and you know what I'm saying, and you make sure you're putting something forth that will please the audience that's into it. Now, people are saying that Joker Folie Deux just shits all over the audience of the first film, and I don't believe that. I just feel like a lot of people out there are just trying to play victim. Oh, the film is targeting us because we love the first film, man. Stop being that goddamn emotional. No, it was just a bad movie. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to the decisions, they have to do better. They have to understand exactly what the audience wants, and they will continue to lose money if they don't. Sometimes you're handed the tools to make sure you're successful. In today's age, that is social media. You pay attention to what social media is doing and saying, and you let that dictate your decisions. That's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? No one can be more vocal than those who are spending their money with you. Think about that for a second. You go to McDonald's, you order some fries and they're cold. You go and complain. They don't want to do anything about it. Then you move on to another McDonald's. If you have the same problem, then you will stop eating McDonald's altogether. Same thing goes for show business. I'm your boy O. Hopefully you have watched this video all the way to the end, help you blow out that algorithm. And if you're not subscribed, please be sure to do so. I'm trying to reach that magical number of 10,000 subscribers, so I'll be highly appreciative. You will help me cross over that threshold by hitting that subscribe button. And if you are going to hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators has uploaded videos to their platform. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out that algorithm, baby. But in the comments below, let me know what you think about Joker Folie Deux dropping 82% biggest of all time in the comic book movie genre. And also tell me what you think about studios having to reassess how they spend money and what they spend money on. And always remember, let the bon temps roule. That means let the good times roll. But let me know in the comments below.